Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Mary. Mary, you look gorgeous today.
Gail, you look gorgeous today. Oh my, I love your blue.
And I love red. I like blue too. So,
Let's.
yes, you just look so good today.
I'll give you my shirt if you give me yours.
So, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We will be talking about the ETs, spiritual things, all sorts of things we want to talk about, and we will be answering your questions for anybody who wants to put a question in. Um, Silver Golden Day all. What does that mean, Liz? Hey, Liz. What does that mean? Silver Golden Day all. I don't
I
know what
feel
that
like
means.
that means have a silver golden day. Like gold and silver, have I none? But I don't know. You
Oh,
know,
I didn't know if it might be a special day that I didn't know about.
oh, I think it just means hello in a very eclectic, wonderful, beautiful way.
Yeah, Liz, I'm reading a lot into your hello. Sorry. But anyway, thanks for joining. Let's see, we got some few people come in. Hey, son of what? Thanks for being here. Hey, Hypnicity and Debbie Three Shifting Veils. Hey, Chris MK and Jessica. Thanks for being here today. We got people coming in. We will be answering your questions. Oh, your shoulder feels a lot better. Hypnicity, I'm so glad to hear that. Now, I hardly remember what I said and did or anything whenever I'm getting that information from my ET friends. I very rarely remember um, what was done or said, or anyway, I have to go back and look at the recording myself. So, but I'm glad you got some help. So, oh, Liz, so that just means you're just happy. Okay, that message. I was just reading too much into it. So you were right, Mary. Silver Golden Day to all. So, thanks,
You have
everybody.
you have a very literal mind.
Yeah, I
I know
do.
that about us, that you're very literal, and I'm very opposite of that. I'm like, oh, it just means like puppies and rainbows and kittens. Yay, we're having a great time.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Probably that math science brain of mine kicking in. Liz is saying laugh out loud. Anyway, we'll be answering your questions. What's going on with you, Mary? You got your retreat coming up, and I know it's filled, but you want to talk a little bit about that? I mean, because you're probably going to be doing work retreats later. Have you already scheduled one?
So this one is June 19th through the 22nd. So it's this coming weekend. We'll be leaving in 3 days. This Friday, we're going out there, and it's going to be an amazing time. The other ones we have not quite released yet.
Okay.
No.
But okay, you can see it on her mind. She already has a lot of information about it, but we'll have to wait and see. Hey,
I have the
Nancy.
next 2 years planned.
Yes. Well, tell everybody what else you do, because some people are new here. I see. And oh, Nancy's saying hi. The chat finally showed up. Yeah, it's been delayed on quite a few. The last few shows I've done, the chat has been really delayed coming in. You could see that the people were there from the numbers, but the chat just wasn't showing up right away. So I'm not sure why that delay, why it was happening. But anyway, go ahead, Mary. Sorry to interrupt. Let everybody know who you are, what you do, and yeah, the wonderful Mary. Tell them everything about you.
The wonderful Mary. She says, I do a little bit of everything. If you had a metaphysical pie, I'm in all of the elements to a certain extent, because that's what we are. We are physical and metaphysical. Now, to be very specific, in most of my healing sessions, we do elements of shamanic healing mixed with hypnotherapy and quantum healing. I have like kind of my signature vibe in my healing sessions that I call key work. And so we do healing sessions one-on-one to heal any blockages or past traumas that are keeping you from your most authentic, highest form of self, from your destiny, your dharma, if you will. And then we also do our wellness retreats, and we're going to start amping up the retreats and workshops a little bit over the next couple of years, I'm hoping. So we're not just doing like one or two, but maybe a little bit more, getting around town for you guys. And so we're doing the healing, we're doing the retreat spaces, and I don't know, what else do I do? I'm here. I teach. I do spiritual teachings.
And how did they get a hold of you?
My website, earthandstarwellness.com. That's how you can reach me, or you can text me. I'm going to put my number right here in the comment section. Y'all can text away. You know what?
I'm thinking I have a banner for you, but I'm looking for it because that's an old one. Oh, well, I don't know why that came up.
Said you had a banner. But that is the work number, guys. So you really won't bother me because I have really good boundaries. I do not check that phone on weekends or nights, but that's the work phone and our web address. So you can find all of our workshops, conferences, retreats, these YouTube teachings at Earth and Star Wellness. We put out a video every Thursday, every Sunday. So we're just rocking and rolling over here with everything you guys need.
Oh, there you go. I see it. I was looking for a banner, but it was an old banner from Rustic Raven. So I was like, okay, that's an old banner. I've got to update that one later.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I haven't put a banner because we're simulcasting because you can go over to her channel and subscribe, of course, if you're going over there, and you can get her information from her channel also. So we are simulcasting at both channels right now. So anyway, well, you want to get into some questions because the first one is for you. I'm starring right now, and I have starred 6 of them right now. So I'm going to let you, and I've noticed even with the chats changed a little bit because if you have too many starred, your scroll starts working. I couldn't figure that out. And so you have to eliminate them as you go now when you're doing questions. That's something you on chat also. So anyway, this is none of you. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Gail and Mary. I am still having a lot of difficulty with OCD and other disorders. What more do I need to do to resolve my issues? May I have a healing? Thank you so much. No, there's a whole lot to go with that. And I don't think that can be handled in one time, but go for it, Mary. Maybe you can do it.
What I really like about your screen name is that it itself is an OCD-ism. None, 0. It's a 3. 1, 2, 3. None, and 0. So even that is a bit of an OCD. So I kind of like it. We're cool. We're chill. The biggest thing coming up for me right now for you is that it feels like your nervous system isn't completely settled. And I think that that's due to 2 things. On one end, I'm picking up that there could be past traumas or things that are unhealed. And then on the other end, I'm picking up that you have a special gift, where you kind of walk between veils anyways. You can pick up messages. You have a very sensitive energy field, which makes for a really good psychic if you can ground that in. And most of the time, how we tend to ground that in is just by doing multiple things, such as OCD, or sometimes it even develops into other disorders if our nervous system can't completely settle. So my suggestion for you would be finding what helps you personally settle your nervous system. It might be a combination of healing, breath work, daily grounding, changing false belief systems or how you self-talk, letting yourself know that you're safe, that everything's okay. And it'll be kind of a journey. But that's kind of what I see right now is start working on your nervous system. I think that that's your next step here.
Well, I want to ask you a question about that because Terry and I were having this discussion. In fact, I had this with Gail Lynn yesterday about feeling guilty about taking care of yourself. And that brings up nerves and guilt, of course. But because so many people are so used to taking care of everybody else except for themselves. And the guilt comes along with taking care of yourself. So all the things that you're naming almost for things to take care of yourself. So how do you address that part of it?
So that goes to the first card that I pulled, which was more about childhood stuff. Because from what I've seen, people who are taught that their worth is dependent on how much they do for others and that they can't rest and take care of themselves, a lot of the time these are people with abandonment childhood wounds, or who have grown into anxious attachment styles a lot of the time. And so they feel like they can't completely rest, they can't completely settle in, these might be the people who can't nap during the day. You always have to be doing something. So there's a lot about working through your abandonment stuff and realizing that you have worth simply for existing, not for what you can do for others or try to control and hang on to keep others from leaving. I think that has a lot to do with it.
I think that has a lot to do with a lot of people's anxiety, is that in itself. Okay, I saw a question I was wanting to bring up, and I can't if I've been going down over and over trying to look for it. I know I started, but I was wanting to bring it up because I thought it would be a good conversation to have, and yet I have lost it. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to bring up this one because I keep seeing that. And this is Jessica. Am I moving in the right direction? And what message do I most need to hear right now? Okay. I'm sorry, Mary. We have quite a lot of questions that have come in now. So, Jessica, I feel like you're moving in the right direction.
I felt like as soon as Gail read the message out loud, I heard your guides giggling, like, because you are moving in the right direction. You're developing where you need to develop. You're becoming your dreams, what you've always wanted to be. If you're asking specifically about like next steps, I pulled this card, which you'll notice in this card that that pineal gland's all lit up. It's shining. It's like, guess what? You're connected. You're getting psychic messages. And so I would suggest doing more in line with the shamanic journey or trance meditations, and see, maybe not looking for a specific outcome, releasing expectations, but seeing what you can channel through, versus using tools alone, such as like pendulums or equipment, things like that. I think that this is inviting you more into your own personal mediumship.
Well, they're showing me a branch, and that has a twig going off of it. Like she has gone off that branch a little bit, exploring this. I'm not sure what that is, but it feels like it's an okay exploration, but that's not the main direction. It means need to get back on that branch is what I'm getting, Jessica. So I don't know what that little branch is, but apparently, and it looks like it's a fairly recent little branch that they're wanting you to get back on track. But that branch is not bad. It's good. Okay. I can't believe I lost that question I wanted.
Who is it by? So the Nun Zero has changed their screen name and said that they did, in fact, create that screen name in an OCD episode and then changed it back.
Well, they just changed it now?
I'm not sure. They said that they, I just changed it back and have yet to put up my profile picture. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. And that was fast to change it back because I had to be, because maybe it was after she posted the question that she changed it back. And so it was toward an episode. Okay. All right. I happen to remember to get rid of the ones that we are answering so I can add more. So that's something new I'm having to remember.
StreamYard is just being a real boo-boo head, isn't it?
Okay. Here's yet another Linda. She's saying, Hi, Dr. Gail and Mary. How are my chakras looking? Am I needing to work on? Actually, yet another Linda, that's what we really do on the Solaris Healing Center, which we do once a month on a Saturday. That's Terry and I. We do a lot of work with that, but Mary might want to go ahead and handle that question. But generally, that's the questions we do on that Solaris Healing Center Saturday. But Mary, you want to take this?
Yeah. So tapping in, which isn't too difficult, thankfully, since you're somebody who you're familiar. We know you up here. I pulled the detox card. And the first thing I noticed, though, is that your heart chakra is wide open. Like, that's good. So I'm feeling like your chakras are actually pretty open, and you've been doing a lot of work in that space. If you are wanting to work on something with your chakras, I would suggest focusing now on the throat space. And so that detox card mixed with that might look like eliminating negative talk, eliminating gossip, advocating, speaking your truth, saying exactly what you mean, being impeccable with your word, those sorts of things. But then there's also something here about your life path and destiny. I just keep hearing release control, release control, release control. So this feels like this is bringing you towards where you want to be, and just stop thinking about it so hard, because the harder we think about things, the more we try to control it or place down our next steps. So they're just saying flow, just go with the flow. Just, be positive, go with the flow. And my cards keep flying everywhere. I have a bag of bones down here.
Oh.
I know that sounds strange. It sounds strange, but it's for the retreat, because we're doing a crone bone ceremony. So I have ethically sourced bones, and my cards keep flying into that basket down there. It's like it's drawing the energy or something. It's crazy.
Okay. Here's Debbie saying, why have I been seeing pictures of a mantis being in visions and clouds lately? Cliff just clicks and remains silent.
Ugh, that's all you. I got the all you.
Okay, David, let me see. Why have I been seeing pictures of mantis being visions and clouds? But I mean, you got Cliff. I mean, I'm not sure. I just feel like you're just being more awakened to it. That's what I'm feeling like. It's just you're becoming more aware, and that's what I'm getting is a big yes. They're showing me that your pupils are dilating so you can see it. Is what they're showing me. So you're just opening up to it. That's all it is. There's no real message there as much as they're showing themselves. And I'm getting this huge yes on that. So you're just becoming more sensitive to it and can see it better now, Debbie. So congratulations. I mean, that's great that she's seeing that, because she's already got one that's with her. So that's very, that's probably her really comfort zone, is being around them.
Really? Well, my message kind of, I think, echoed yours, just between these two cards. This is stagnation or sleep or nothing. And then this is the coming together slowly. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want it to happen because I keep getting this.
I know you don't like mantis beings. They like you, yes. But I'm going to bring this up because this looks like LECGs. I'm not sure if I'm getting that right, but it's a hi. Can you check to see if I have ever had a twin sister in a past life, on or off planet, or why I have always felt as if I had a twin? Well, it's probably your higher self is what I'm thinking it is. The higher self, that's immediately what I got is your higher self. And that higher self could feel like a sister or a twin. And of course, my higher self, I just always tease about how she dresses. But yeah, I mean, that feeling would be that they're that close to you, and you would feel like that. Now, the higher self has come from different planets, and so have you. So you probably have traveled together through many lifetimes, and that's what it is, your higher self. So it is you, but it's your higher self. All right, Mary, take it.
Bear with me.
Okay.
Bear with me, because there's many different levels here that I was getting. I was seeing the the higher self. I was seeing twin flames. I was seeing past life stuff. But the biggest message that came through from your guides to me specifically was about a quantum version of you. Because it's thought that, like any decision that you make, there's also a version of you that exists that made the opposite decision. So there are multiple quantum yous existing all at the same time on different timelines, parallel to this one, with slightly different trajectories. And so what I'm seeing is that there's one quantum you that you're very, very close to, as if like those two timelines are right next to each other, possibly even intersecting or overlapping, interweaving from time to time. And I don't know, like I said, bear with me. I don't know if you have access to this. This is something we could do in session if you wanted, but I don't know if you have access for a shamanic journey or quantum healing where you could tap in and see what that version of you needs or wants. It feels like there might be soul retrieval that needs to happen, or some integration, or, I've even seen where you can swap gifts, where they can give you their spiritual gifts from their timeline and you can give them spiritual gifts from your timeline. But it feels like there's a calling and like this magnetism between the two of you. So I think you're feeling, like Gail said, yourself. It's just like this very close timeline version of you.
Yes.
That gets out there for some people. But I'd like to go even deeper. Let's get weird.
You can get weird if you want to.
Yes, I can.
All right. Hypnosis says, have any messages for my 66, which will be on 6/25. Well, happy birthday in the future. Happy birthday soon, I should say. Go ahead, Mary. You have any messages? Oh, you're welcome. Okay, LCGs. LCGs. What does that stand for? LCGs. I think
her name is Elsie. Geez.
Elsie's G's.
She's saying Elsie. Geez. Like, geez. Jesus Christ on a cracker. I'm Elsie.
She's Elsie. Okay, got it. I'm too literal.
Too literal. Okay, I got these 3 cards for you, Hypnicity.
Oh, that's her initials. LCGs. Okay, there we go. That's her initials, LCGs. So,
I love it. We're just figuring all of you guys out little by little. With these 3 cards, these 2 came out together and this one was kind of on the side. So this feels like the ending to something in your past. And so this 666 portal that you're doing, turning 66 on June, if it was only on the 16th or the 26th, right? But it's not. It's fine. This little portal that you're stepping into, even in numerology, the 25, 5 plus 2 is 7. So it's 6667, which is moving through the portal and then taking a step forward. So this looks like you're ending something, and this is a portal of you coming into the next version of your life. And that's a good thing. The next version of your life is comfortable, it's soft, it's warm, it's loving, it's home, it feels expansive, but not more than you can handle. For some reason, that part came in. Now, this card that was off on the side, a tidy house, I know it looks really dangerous and scary, but I'm being told to take Gail's advice with this one and just
gosh, I can't believe it, because I know exactly what it is.
Just clean your house. Like, that's all.
Actually, it's the portal that she's trying to go through. The portal is scaring her and she won't go through it. And it's scary like that card.
But you have to, because time keeps going.
She says she feels like I'm on a journey. Yeah, and there's a portal standing right there and you won't go through it. And so, and the reason why is because it does look a little scary, but it's a portal and it has all these little jagged things that's going around it. It almost looks like the inside of an amethyst geo. How kind of jagged it is. But they're saying, get somebody on the other side to go through that portal with you, Hypnicity. Gather somebody you trust on the other side to walk through that portal with you, because right now you're just standing looking at it.
It's good. There's good stuff there. The next part of your life is going to be that home space, the journey, the pink light.
Well, I understand because I remember one time I was being dragged to a portal, and it was a portal that you went down into it, and I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. I had to call. I called in one of my guys to go with me because it was something was so different about it, and of course it was okay. But when I went in, I fell. So that was immediately like, what in the world's going on here? But anyway, I can understand hypnosis. So find somebody, a guide, somebody on the other side that you trust to go into that portal, but that portal is waiting for you. Okay.
Her mama. A job for her mama.
Yeah.
I love that. It's going to be good. I'm excited about this. I'm excited.
Yeah, it will be good. It's just that I understand you're looking at it going, I'm not sure about that. So if you're not sure about it, you call on help. So, okay, here's Delphi. Hi, Dr. Gail and Mary. I have a infection. We're having all these healing things. And Saturday was the healing show. And so I have an infection in one of my teeth from the going to pull it out. Is the energy for the implant good or bad? They have a small good is in the balance. I think you're saying they're wanting to pull a tooth out and put an implant in. And she's wanting to know if that is something good for her. That's kind of my interpretation. Tell me, Delphi, if that interpretation is right. Is that correct, Delphi? Did I get it right? You're having a tooth pulled out. They want to put an implant in, and you want to know if this is a good or bad decision. Yes, that's right. Okay. All right. So, I'm getting it's a very good decision. What are you getting, Mary?
I got that it was a good decision, especially based on where you're at now with an infection. So, but also what I'm getting is that it's a very, very good decision, but one that you might not feel is good until the healing's done. Like for you on a personal level, it's hard. You might be scared now or anxious going in, and then you have to get rid of the infection and you have to go through the whole process, and that might feel painful. So what I'm getting is that on the surface, there might feel like a lot of friction, but really underneath it is like this well of spring-like healing water that feels really good. So just stick it out. Listen to your doctors. They're going to get you right where you need to go.
Right. And it is, I think, a good 6 months to your process to do all that. So it's a pretty lengthy process. If I remember correctly, it takes a long time like that. So that might be part of the hesitation is the length of time, because she does have to get rid of the infection. They have to pull the tooth, get rid of the infection. Then they do all sorts of things to decide about the implants, impressions, and there's a lot to it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Bernadette, why is being on Earth so hard on my body? Help from a galactic. Here we go again. We're just going to change this to a Solaris Healing Center.
What I like about Bernadette is that she asks a different version of her question each show because she's a mermaid. You're supposed to be in the water. That's why you're dealing with so much gravity here that you're not used to. And it just feels like it's crushing your bones because you just want to get into the no gravity or deep into the ocean. And I love this for you. But what I feel is that your guides are giving you the opportunity to express in a very free way. You're very creative. You're very expressive. You're a free soul. You're a free spirit. And sometimes that just comes with a lot of sensitivity and feeling of being different. So just ignore those parts and engage with your magical mermaid creativity parts and live the free parts that you're here to live.
Wow. That might have been above my head.
Gail, wow.
I got stuck Bernadette on the mermaid. So I think I got stuck there because I am a water person too. So, I was just saying, there's more to it. She has a spine brace and a knee brace. I'm in so much pain daily. Okay, we're getting a more of a full picture on how her body is reacting to Earth and that she's struggling with it. Have you had some injuries, Bernadette, from because you have these braces, a spine brace and a knee brace? You're welcome, Delphi.
She said she feels like an alien here and doesn't fit anywhere.
Oh, wait. Uh, 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 had a call trying to come through. She what? She feels like she doesn't belong here. There's a lot of people who don't feel like they belong here because it was a hard decision to come to Earth. I mean, if you were a mermaid before, I mean, I've experienced when I changed into a shark one day, and I couldn't believe the difference it felt on my body, how freeing it was. We always look at, I always had before, looked at the water creatures as being, looking at them like they're limited being in the water because they can't come out of the water and breathe. But when I changed into a shark and was put in the water, the ocean, I was put in first a pool first, and I was very claustrophobic and was very uncomfortable. But then I was put in the ocean, and it just was like I can't tell you what the feeling was. It was just calm and cool, and it felt like I could. Then I thought about it later, and that Earth is made more of water than it is of land, and it almost probably the sea creatures probably look at us feeling sorry for us for not being able to live underground versus living on top of the world or on top of Earth. So that changed my whole perspective about sea creatures or
Yeah.
water creatures.
There's a lot of chaos and heaviness up here that's not in the water. And I think that for Bernadette specifically, it's on two levels because she did make some more comments about her childhood here. And, when we have stuff like that, that makes the first message even more important. If your childhood has been stamped down or you didn't get much of an innocent, free, curious kind of childhood, even more for you to do as an adult, to tap into the inner child, to express your creativity, to allow yourself to be free, to really push into those aspects of your personality, and that'll help lighten your load too from the inside out.
Yeah. Hey, Terry. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm wondering that if she, Bernie, are you getting into water? Are you in water? Are you trying to swim? Are you moving in the water? Because that might help you adjust if you even just get into some water. She says she was born on the street ever since I was born and up to know I have suffered so much. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, but anyway, I'm just wondering, since you have a mermaid past, if you are getting around water. So anyway, Bernadette, we're going to move on. We've spent a lot of time on you today. Anything else, Mary?
No, you're picking up water, the lighten the load, the childhood healing, that sort of thing. But yeah, you've been through a lot and you've suffered a lot, and that is really, really heavy. And thank you for your transparency and openness with us in this safe space. And also, look at yourself. You are this beautiful, gorgeous, flowery, mermaid, mystical creature who is just so wonderful. So, don't forget that. Seriously.
Oh, wow. Listen to this. This is one I saw. Rossi. Hi, Dr. Gail. I saw Disclosure Day. During the movie, my crown chakra was extremely active. At one point, I felt whole body shivers. What were my guides trying to tell me? I'm not sure. It was just activating you, it sounds like to me.
I'm getting the same thing. I don't know what that movie is, but I pulled that same card again with that pineal gland lit up. So it does feel like an activation of some sort, like she was getting a visual and they were activating.
Yeah, I believe that just really activated her. I'm going to try to go Friday. I think I'm going to try to go and see this movie because it has brought up a lot of hype. You've seen it all over YouTube and everywhere else about that. Pros and cons about it. What did you think about it, Rossi, besides being activated? Because I think that's exactly what it's going to do for almost anybody here is that movie probably will be activating everybody. It's Steven Spielberg who talks about Disclosure Day, and it's a movie about it. So anyway, yeah, I wonder who else there has been. I know a lot of people had tickets already ready to go, and the movie parking lots are just packed watching that movie. I'm amazed whenever I drive by the theater and see how many people are there and going, that's how many people are ready for Disclosure. I mean, Rossi said it talks about what we talk on the channel. Okay, talks about what we talk about here. So it wasn't anything revelation for you, but enough to open you up. Just probably the visual part of it, seeing it, because here we're talking about it, so you're hearing it. So probably the visual really activated you.
I agree. Yeah. I think it's going to keep spreading too.
So, all right. So here is Vero. If safe to do so, can Moon share what our missions are about? Thank you.
Moon is one of her guides. Moon has appeared to her before.
Okay. When it said Moon, that's my dog who has. I'm going, I wonder if my dog has something for her. So, Moon is one of her guides.
You confirmed it to her before on one of the shows. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's safe to, can Moon share what our missions are about? Oh, okay. All right. Let me see what that is.
I got the Moon card.
Okay. I'm seeing you walking on a planet. I'm not sure what that's about. And it's not Earth. I'm not getting a full picture. I don't think I'm supposed to yet, but I do see you walking on a planet, and it's not Earth. And it looks like you're bearing gifts. Who is it that takes relief to people? What is that called? They get, like, we take food and supplies to places that need help.
Like a missionary?
Something like that. That's kind of what she is. What I'm seeing is she's taking supplies to I'm hearing a damaged planet. So that's what your missions are right now. And I'm afraid to say that, but this is probably the damages your people have caused on this planet that you're going back in. Oh gosh, this is a huge yes. That's damages that your people have caused on this planet that you're going back and trying to help repair and help the people there. Peace Corps. Thank you. Yes, Peace Corps. It's like the Peace Corps.
And I'm in the Bible Belt, so I'm like a missionary. You know, those people who go.
I'm just seeing like the pictures of people dropping things from the planes down to the people who you can't get to, where she's actually physically carrying stuff to present it to them. So she is she's helping some planet, and I'm kind of thinking it's Mars is what I'm hearing. Let me see if it's Mars. Yeah, it's Mars. So there's some been damage at Mars. I don't know anything about this damage or what happened here. And I don't know if this is in the past, but the way you're dressed, it looks like it's the future. But of course, all our lifetimes are going on at the same time. But that's what you're doing, is you're going into basically like a worn, torn area and being the Peace Corps, basically.
That led me down an entire rabbit hole, because if that's technically like the future, does that mean that something happens on Mars?
Well, that's what I said. But all lifetimes are happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We see them dressed in the future, we assume it's the future. If they're dressed in the past, we assume it's the past. But a lot of time, it's happening at the same time. But I think, for me personally, I've always thought that we came from Mars. We destroyed Mars and moved to Earth. So that's why I'm not sure if this is past, future, or present type of thing. But that's where it is. She's helping us on Mars, and it's her people who damaged it. But take that with a grain of salt. Take whatever resonates with you. Leave the rest.
I love that. And I think that was a very straightforward answer. I wasn't picking up anything in the galactic right nows, which is why I was like waiting to see what you had to say with it. But with these cards, I think the moon card came out just to confirm moon.
Yeah.
And then I have these two. And what this feels like is that there's something, how I interpreted this was that there's something in your heart space that's very large and compassionate, that you are giving comfort to, but I also saw it expanding. I saw it like wrapping around the earth. I saw it wrapping around other planets. I just felt like it was expanding throughout the universe, moving to other planets, and that was part of like your life path, was to give comfort, and at the same time learning how to balance that with your, like, there's two swords here along with your connection. So it feels like it's also about learning how to balance that with your current humanity. So I like that you put that into words for like a direct mission.
Right. Okay. And thanks, Gina. Thanks for putting that for entertainment purposes only. Thanks, Gina. Okay. All right. Let's see who's next. Okay. Looks like it's Mangled Unicorn. Jack's here. Do I have any unnecessary cords attached to me? Okay. Well, I have a question about that. That was the question. That's the one I wanted to pull up a long time ago, because I wanted to talk about that. And finally getting to that question. Do we ever get rid of all our cords? Because we have attachments to our parents and family members, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. So my question, because you deal with cords all the time, so have at it, Mary, do we ever get rid of all of them and that we're totally clean? Or we get rid of it and it gets smaller, 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 and then it doesn't really matter as much? Or how do you see that?
I personally feel that you can cut all of those cords, because you, like mothers and children, that's a really good example that you brought up, because these are your attachments from the mother to the child. But in my personal experience in training, cords themselves only form when you have an attachment to someone dependent on need. Okay. So like if one person needs something from the other person, like emotionally, if they're emotionally dependent or physically dependent, because the cord is formed to draw energy from one person to the other.
Right. And Debbie's 3 Shifting Veils is saying only the cords that are restraining. So that's what you're saying.
In my opinion, all cords are restraining, because it's someone drawing energy from you. So like even my kids, you can tell when a cord is formed between you and the kids, because you start getting emotionally drained, you start getting irritable and short-tempered with them. And then you have to stop and say, okay, I'm going to cut this cord. It doesn't change the relationship, but it keeps your energy yours and their energy theirs. So that's how I deal with cords.
So then let's talk about how they develop. How do they develop?
So in relationships, it's usually when there's one person who's overly dependent on the other person, and that person allows that dependency in some capacity. So we're probably talking about like rescuers and victim mode kind of people. And so those cords start to develop as your energy reaches out to someone else. And it can develop from either person, depending on who has the biggest need from the other one. And so it just develops over time as that cord is fed, as the energy is siphoned and drained.
And those cords just shrivel up and go away on their own?
Not usually, not unless there's like a big boundary placed and then you quit feeding it entirely, but they can, but you have to have the awareness that this person is draining you and kind of change how you're doing it and place boundaries around certain behaviors. So you can without actually cutting it, or you can just visualize, cutting everything around yourself and just letting all of your energy come back to you and everyone else's energy leave. And that's a really good housekeeping visualization to do to cut.
Okay. So you do that. You clean. Some people might take that as being cold then. Would that not be because you have cut all those cords? And you probably have to go into self-protection right after all those cords are cut, putting up your boundaries. So how does that look in the beginning?
I like that you said that, because that put us back to the beginning of our conversation where people were like, I can't take care of myself without feeling guilty.
Right.
Because I have abandonment wounds and anxious attachment style. That's the same thing. You're not cold because you don't allow people to siphon your energy relentlessly anytime they want it. That's not being cold. That's taking care of your energy field. Because I cut a cord doesn't mean suddenly I'm distant and cold to my child. I'm acting the same to my child, but there's something that's not being drained in the meantime, where I can hold them and give them conscious energy, and they can take that and then live independent and go do their independent things without sharing those emotions constantly back and forth and draining each other. There's something very codependent about cords. So that's a really good question. And you don't have to immediately block yourself off or anything like that. When you cut cords, maybe you bring in a little bit of healing energy with it. Imagine some purple light or, whatever feels soothing to you, whatever color feels soothing. And it should just heal back as if nothing were there. You can use a bit of Florida water there, or some Palo Santo smoke, and just let that energy heal. It really doesn't take long.
Right.
Just a matter of minutes to do that, and then everything should be right as rain.
Well, there you go, and thank you, because I've been looking for that question this whole time, this whole show, because I saw it and I wanted to address that. Okay, I think we might have done this. Have we? Am I moving in the right direction? What direction do I need to hear right now? I think we did this one, or was this somebody else? Do you remember, Mary?
We did this one, but it just feels like a synchronicity that she brought it back up again.
Well, I think I didn't erase it, is what happened.
Jessica, you got some things to do.
Okay. Oh, Rossi. Oh, thank you, Rossi. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share after the show. Choose all notifications, and that would be Mary's channel, and that would be Earth and Star Wellness Center, or is Earth and Star is your channel name?
I'm sorry. Well, I was reading comments.
It's in the description box, her channel, and also subscribe to Skywalking with Moon. And if all would go over and subscribe to Galactic Gaia, I'd appreciate that too, where we're doing that, is developing the healing channel over there. So thank you, Rossi. Okay.
Did we ever answer her question though? Does she have cords that need to be cut?
I don't. Oh gosh, I've already erased that. It's still here. I don't think that was the question, was it?
I don't know. I don't remember. I thought the question was something like, "Do I have cords, unnecessary cords, or restraining cords?" Or something.
It was. I'm so sorry.
But thanks for giving us a teaching moment.
Yes. Okay. So. Thank you. Yeah, I was so excited to get to that question that I've been looking for the whole time so we could have that discussion. So sorry, Mangled Unicorn. So the original question, which I just erased, was, does she have any cords, correct? And I'm getting a yes. She does have cords that need to be cut. I get a big yes.
I got a yes also. One specifically. To me, it feels like it could be ancestral or a family member. But they are being kind of vague about it. And I don't know this about you specifically, but I feel like you do have the learning or the capacity to cut that on your own and to know where that's going to in meditation or a shamanic journey. So I think they're giving you the space to take care of that on your own.
Well, I see it like this big, big root coming straight from her heart.
Yeah.
So that's something that's very significant. I don't know if that, to me, that seems like it's a long history of that being connected. So, yeah. And it looks like it's going to need a lot of work.
Yeah. So that could be like a mom or, whatever. So, yeah. But I think you have the capacity to work on that and to heal that, because your guides feel like I got her. I've got her.
Okay. Let's see who's next. Well, here we go. Here we go with the starred. I'm not sure who this is. I'm going to pull it up so I can read. Oh, there we go. Because I only can see half of it over in the starred section. I don't know what happened to that section, but hi, is there any larger energy on the tooth indextions pulling? I have the same issue, and so do two colleagues, hinting there may be something bigger in the universe. Oh, so you're talking about so you're having a tooth too that needs to be pulled, and they're wanting to put an implant in. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Would you, or if you're here in the chat, just let me know if that's what you're asking, that you're having the same issue. Are they wanting to pull a tooth and wanting to put an implant in?
Well, I have a general message about that may or may not be relevant.
Okay.
Since talking about collective energies.
Well, I mean, it does seem weird that everybody's having the same thing. Everybody's having an infected tooth that needs to be pulled. So there has to be something going on.
Now, on the literal sense, I don't know. That's your literal. But in like the collective energy sense, this is the third or fourth time I pulled the detox card just while sitting here. And so what seems to be coming up to me, if you think about teeth and what they represent, it's the part of the body that masticates what you're ingesting. So if we're putting that into energy terms, this is the part where you are breaking down information that you're receiving. So it could be on one level that there's a lot going on in the collective that we're having to break down in order to process and transmute. And on the other hand, it feels like a lot of this is a leveling up, where maybe things in the past that we had trouble breaking down, we're now getting an upgrade to be able to do it more appropriately so that we can process higher levels of energy and transmute more. So that's what's coming to me.
Well, that makes sense. And actually, I was trying to think the metaphysical direction on all that. Why would it be the teeth? Why would all of a sudden, because you do think it's some kind of collective energy or some collective change, but you wouldn't think they'd all be eating the same thing, maybe. But that sounds good to me.
Let's roll with it.
But it is. I might look into that a little more later. Okay. All right. Here's Brenda. Any messages from my angels and guides? Hey, Brenda. Okay. Any messages? Well, I'm not going to say what the words that came, but get off your derriere and move.
Girl, okay. So you have sassy guides.
Yes. So I'm not sure what you are looking at, Brenda, but apparently I see that you're staring at the same thing over and over again. and they're saying, do it. Go ahead, Mary.
I think her guides said nicer words to me, but it basically means the same thing. What I was hearing was have courage.
That was a lot nicer.
That was nicer, yeah. So it felt like there's something going on that maybe you're fearful of stepping into, or that you've been kind of scared to overcome, or maybe there's anxiety there. You're just being asked to really be courageous and take heart.
No, heart surgery.
Take heart. Yes. Be courageous. So yeah, it needs to be done. And there's a lot of fear around this, but I feel like you're really in good hands with your doctors and your angels and your guides, and it's going to give you a whole new lease on life. It's going to open you and expand you in a new way. So overcome that fear. Just do what needs to be done and give yourself a chance here.
All right, last question. Let's see. Lorda add, my ears and face is burning up. I feel really irritated. Would love to know what I can do and what's causing me to be like this, and how can I get normal again? Oh, we need more details on that. Or Mary, maybe you got it. To me, it looks like I have to figure out ears and face burning up, irritated. Well, that goes back to the self-care that we've been talking about, kind of the theme of the day. Go ahead, Mary.
I mean, the first thing that came to me was hormones, but that was me, not the guides. I was like, girl, your hormones. but the guides said that it's time for you to set a new intention for life. For you, it's not about getting back to normal or getting back to how you used to be. It's about deciding where you want to be next, how you want the next part of your life to feel. And once you set that intention and start taking steps towards that, everything inside of yourself will regulate. And I think those energies will balance back out.
Well, that was good. We're going to go with that.
And it sounds so simple, right? It just sounds like such an easy thing.
That simple. And I would have to have a lot more information to really get into that. I mean, we could go in every direction, but your answer is as good as the question. So I would just need more information on that. But anyway, all right, everybody. When's your next show? Oh, you're off to your retreat tomorrow, aren't you?
I'm off to a retreat on Friday. So we'll have our regular Thursday video, no video this Sunday, but we are doing our healing temple when we get back. And that's going to be on June 26th at 3 p.m. EST.
EDT. That's good correction there.
Why? What's the difference? Eastern Standard?
Daylight Savings Time. Eastern Standard.
I don't understand time.
No, it's Eastern Standard Time when it's a regular. When we have Daylight Savings Times, it goes to EDT.
But that really only matters if you're in Hawaii or Arizona. And I love you guys so much, so it matters a lot. So EDT.
That's okay. I knew what you meant. I was just being picky. Okay. All right, everybody. My show, I'll have a show tomorrow. I'll be on with Danny. Danny will be on. It'll be noon Eastern Daylight Savings Time, EDT. Be 9:00 Pacific Time. And and we'll see you then. So everybody, thanks, Mary, for being here today. And thanks, moderators, for making this a safe place. And we'll see y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.